Title: Justice League, 1940, Part 1. High above the towering skyscrapers of Metropolis, the moon cast its silvery glow over the city. In a clandestine meeting, two of the world's greatest heroes, Batman and Superman, stood atop a rooftop, their capes rustling in the gentle night breeze. Superman, the embodiment of strength and hope, regarded Batman with curiosity. "You called me here urgently, Batman. What's on your mind?" Batman, the Dark Knight of Gotham, locked his steely gaze on Superman. "We've faced formidable adversaries, both on our own and in the rare instances when we've teamed up. But I believe it's time to take things to the next level. We need a team, a league of heroes to stand against the growing threats." Superman nodded in agreement. "I've thought about it too, a league that could unite the best of us. Who do you have in mind for this team?" Batman reached into his utility belt and retrieved a photograph. He handed it to Superman, who examined it closely. In the image, a red and yellow streak raced across the city. "I think the Flash should be our next member," Batman said. Superman examined the picture, recognizing the Flash's distinctive costume. "The Flash, huh? Fastest man alive. He'd be a valuable addition. What's your plan?" Batman's voice was measured, filled with determination. "We approach him, extend an offer. The world needs us more than ever, and it needs this league. Are you in?" Superman met Batman's unwavering gaze. "I'm in. Let's build the Justice League." With a silent nod, the two heroes looked out over the city, knowing that their decision marked the beginning of a new era, where a league of extraordinary individuals would unite to defend Earth against any threat. To be continued. Title: The Flash, 1940. In the bustling streets of Central City, Barry Allen, a dedicated forensic scientist with a secret identity, harbored a deep, burning desire. It was a quest for answers that had consumed him since childhood, a quest to uncover the truth behind his mother's murder. His heart yearned for justice, and that burning desire would lead him to the extraordinary. As Barry's life revolved around the Central City Police Department, his evenings were dedicated to poring over old case files and studying evidence. He was determined to clear his father's name, who had been wrongfully imprisoned for his mother's murder. But Barry's relentless search for the truth would bring him more than he ever expected. One fateful evening, while examining evidence in his lab, an unexpected storm struck Central City, and a bolt of lightning shattered a shelf of chemicals, dousing Barry in a strange, electrifying concoction. The incident granted Barry incredible speed and abilities beyond that of any ordinary human. He had become the Flash, the fastest man alive. With his newfound powers, the Flash began using his speed to fight crime and to get closer to the truth about his mother's murder. He found that he could provide justice to those who couldn't find it through traditional means. As the Flash, Barry faced various adversaries, but one stood out, a ruthless and cunning criminal known as Captain Cold. His mastery over a cryonic gun allowed him to freeze anything in his path. He became a formidable foe for the Scarlet Speedster. With each encounter, the Flash's determination to apprehend Captain Cold only grew. But the answers he sought, the truth about his mother's death, remained elusive. It was a puzzle he couldn't solve, no matter how fast he ran. One evening, as Barry returned home, he was met by an unexpected visit. He had shed his Flash costume, and he opened the door to find Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent standing on his doorstep. To the world, they were two wealthy philanthropists, but Barry knew their secret identities. They were Batman and Superman. The heroes had come to discuss something important. Bruce Wayne extended a hand and said, "Barry, we've been watching your work as the Flash. We're forming a league, a group of heroes. We'd like you to join us. It's time to unite to face the growing threats together." Barry's heart raced, but not from his speed. It raced from the realization that he wasn't alone in his fight for justice. His pursuit of the truth about his mother had led him to the brink of something much larger, the birth of the Justice League. With a determined look in his eyes, Barry Allen, the Flash, shook Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent's hands. "I'm in," he said. "Let's make the world a safer place." The Justice League had gained another extraordinary member, and the world was one step closer to being protected from the ever-growing darkness that lurked in the shadows. To be continued. underdog case file on Captain Cold. Subject, Leonard Snart, also known as Captain Cold. Background, Leonard Snart, a criminal mastermind who operates under the alias Captain Cold, is a notorious figure in Central City's underworld. He is known for his chilling demeanor and his mastery over a cryonic gun, which allows him to freeze objects, creating obstacles and wreaking havoc. Known associates. 1. Heatwave McRory. Captain Cold's partner in crime, Heatwave, is notorious for wielding a heat gun. Together, they form a formidable team. 2. Rogues Gallery. Captain Cold is a prominent member of the Rogues Gallery, a group of Central City's most notorious criminals, including Weather Wizard, Mirror Master, and others. 3. Golden Glider. Lisa Snart. Leonard Snart's sister, Lisa Snart, also known as Golden Glider, is another supervillain with unique abilities. 4. Flash, Barry Allen. The Captain Cold's main adversary, the Flash, is determined to stop his criminal activities. Known crimes. Captain Cold has been involved in numerous criminal activities, including but not limited to bank robberies using his cryonic gun to create barriers and immobilize security systems, sabotaging power plants to cause massive blackouts, heists on valuable art collections and museums, engaging in high-speed chases with the Flash. Modus operandi. Captain Cold's signature weapon is his cryonic gun, which emits beams of intense cold capable of instantly freezing objects and creating barriers of ice. This weapon not only poses a threat to law enforcement, but also provides Captain Cold with an edge in his criminal endeavors. Current status. As of the last reported encounter, Captain Cold remains at large, continuing his criminal activities in Central City. He has proven to be a persistent and elusive adversary for the Flash and law enforcement. Ongoing investigations. Local law enforcement and the Central City Police Department continue their efforts to apprehend Captain Cold. The Flash, as Central City's resident superhero, remains dedicated to bringing him to justice. Additional information. Captain Cold's calculated and cautious approach to his crimes, as well as his ability to work alongside other supervillains, makes him a dangerous and formidable opponent. Efforts to capture and incarcerate him require strategic planning and coordination. This case file will be updated as new information becomes available.
Yeah, definitely. We check on these guys like twice a day, morning and night, make sure they get in the coop at night, and then we check on them quite a bit.
Speaking of bringing them into the coop at night, can we talk about predators?
Yeah, we have predators around us. We have lots of cats around us that would be predators to them. We don't have fox around us, but fox would probably be predators. Fox would definitely be predators to them.
Raccoons.
Yeah. But we have them in a coop, and then we have them in like a chain link fence area with a roof on top of it, so that they're safe.
That makes sense. So take me through a typical day, maybe caring for a turtlet, and then a typical day caring for an adult turtle.
So with the turtlet, I would go check on them, make sure that their heat lamp is working and that they have a warm side and a cool side in their enclosure. Some streets for the day, and I held it like I was terrified.
Title: Green Lantern, 1940. High above the Earth's atmosphere, in the deepest reaches of space, the Green Lantern Corps upheld peace and justice throughout the galaxy. Among them was Hal Jordan, a fearless and determined test pilot from Coast City. He had been chosen by the powerful Green Lantern Ring to join their ranks, granting him the ability to create constructs of his willpower and to protect the universe. One day, an urgent distress call reached Hal. It was a message from the enigmatic planet Corrigar, a world that had fallen under the oppressive rule of Sinestro. Sinestro was a former Green Lantern who had been corrupted by his thirst for power. He had become a tyrant, ruling his people with an iron fist and using his own twisted version of the Green Lantern Ring to enforce his will. Hal knew that he had to act. He arrived on Corrigar and confronted Sinestro, who was a formidable opponent with his ring's dark constructs. The battle raged across the planet, but Hal's determination, willpower, and belief in justice eventually prevailed. He defeated Sinestro and imprisoned him in a specially designed power-dampening cell. With Sinestro behind bars, the people of Corrigar were finally free from his tyranny. They hailed Hal Jordan as their savior, and he had earned their admiration and gratitude. Upon returning to Earth, Hal found himself back in Coast City, and he couldn't help but think about the role he was meant to play in the universe. As he contemplated the responsibility that came with the Green Lantern ring, a familiar figure approached him. Batman, the Dark Knight of Gotham, appeared before Hal. "I've been following your actions, Hal Jordan," Batman said. "You've proven yourself to be a true hero. We're forming a league, a group of extraordinary individuals who will stand against the growing threats to our world. It's time for you to join us." Hal Jordan looked into Batman's unwavering eyes. He knew that joining the Justice League meant working alongside other remarkable heroes. "How many have joined so far?" Hal asked. Batman's voice was steady. "Superman and the Flash, but we need you, Hal." Without hesitation, Hal Jordan accepted Batman's offer. "I'm in. Let's light the way for a brighter future." With a new member added to their ranks, the Justice League was taking shape, uniting heroes with unique abilities and unwavering dedication to protect the world from any danger. To be continued.
This kind of content that we know you love, even though we know that YouTube won't spread the love around. So thank you, and if you want to support us making more videos like this in the future, please consider supporting us on Patreon. When it comes down to costs,
Evidence log, case file on Hal Jordan and Sinestro. Subjects. 1. Hal Jordan, a test pilot from Coast City and the chosen Green Lantern of Sector 2814. 2. Sinestro, a former Green Lantern and tyrant of the planet Korugar. Background. Hal Jordan, an ordinary test pilot, was chosen by a Green Lantern ring to become the protector of Sector 2814, which included Earth. The ring granted him the power to create constructs of his willpower and to uphold peace and justice throughout the galaxy. Sinestro, a former Green Lantern, had become corrupted by his thirst for power. He ruled the planet Korugar with an iron fist, using his own twisted version of the Green Lantern ring to enforce his will. Incident: Hal Jordan received a distress call from Korugar, pleading for help in overthrowing Sinestro's oppressive rule. He traveled to the planet and engaged in a fierce battle against Sinestro. Sinestro used his dark constructs and willpower to challenge Hal. The battle resulted in Hal Jordan's victory. He defeated Sinestro and imprisoned him in a specially designed power-dampening cell, liberating the people of Korugar from their tyrannical ruler. Current status: Hal Jordan continues to serve as the Green Lantern of Sector 2814, protecting the Earth and the galaxy. Sinestro is imprisoned and has no access to a power ring. Impact: Hal Jordan's successful intervention on Korugar earned him the admiration and gratitude of the planet's inhabitants. He continues to fulfill his duty as a Green Lantern, upholding peace and justice. Ongoing investigations: Hal Jordan is actively monitoring threats to his sector, both on Earth and in the broader galaxy. His commitment to the Green Lantern Corps and the Justice League remains unwavering. This case file will be updated as new information becomes available.
I know. I know.
Title: Earth 2, The Flash, 1940. On Earth 2, in the vibrant city of Keystone, a hero with a lightning bolt emblem emblazoned on his chest sped through the streets. Jay Garrick, known to the world as the Flash, was a beloved figure who used his super speed to protect his city from all manner of threats. But one day, a new shadowy adversary emerged in Keystone, casting doubt on the city's safety. The Shade, a cunning and mysterious figure, was causing havoc with his control over shadows and darkness. Jay Garrick, being the Flash, couldn't resist the opportunity to face this enigmatic foe. Donning his iconic helmet and blue uniform, he raced across Keystone, eager to put an end to the Shade's mischief. The Flash and the Shade engaged in a series of high-speed chases and witty banter as they weaved through the city. The Shade's control over shadows made him a formidable opponent, but the Flash's lightning-quick reflexes and sharp mind kept him in the game. As their battle reached its climax, the Shade attempted to engulf the Flash in darkness, hoping to snuff out his speed. But Jay had a plan. With a burst of his super speed, he created a whirlwind that dissipated the shadows, leaving the Shade exposed. the Shade was defeated and Jay Garrick apprehended him, securing the city's safety once again. As he turned the Shade over to the Keystone City Police Department, the Flash couldn't help but offer a quip. "Looks like your shady days are over, my friend." The Shade, in his usual cryptic manner, replied, "Until we meet again, Flash, the shadows will always be my ally." With a wink and a nod, Jay Garrick sped off into the distance, ready for the next adventure in a city that never ceased to surprise.
And now the problem is you have exposed electrical cord and you want some kind of protection, so they put this little, it's like a little rubber pad that folds over to protect it, so you don't get shocked from your heat tape. And I've seen a lot of different people set these up a lot of different ways. You know, some people will actually, I've seen some people actually solder directly to the gold. I actually saw YouTube, I couldn't believe the YouTube video, the guy was actually soldering the wires directly on this stuff. It was amazing. I didn't even think he could do something like that. And then some people will actually sell a cord with a metal clamp. And when you just put the clamp right on the gold here, and then you hit it with like a sledgehammer and it clamps it right on. And then sometimes I've seen a little clear plastic prefab keypad. If you go to the pet store, this is what you'll buy. This is what you'll find.
Evidence log case file on Jay Garrick and the Shade. 1. Jay Garrick, the Flash of Earth 2, possessing super speed abilities. 2. The Shade, a mysterious and enigmatic villain with control over shadows and darkness. Background: Jay Garrick is the heroic speedster known as the Flash on Earth 2. He utilizes his incredible speed to protect Keystone, his home city, and the world from various threats. His trademark lightning bolt helmet and blue uniform are symbols of hope and justice. The Shade, on the other hand, is a shadowy figure with a penchant for causing mischief and chaos in Keystone. His unique ability to manipulate shadows and darkness makes him a formidable adversary. Incident: the Shade's presence in Keystone City led to a series of clashes with the Flash. Their confrontations included high-speed chases, witty banter, and strategic maneuvers. The Shade's control over shadows added an element of unpredictability to their battles. During their final showdown, the Shade attempted to engulf the Flash in darkness to neutralize his speed. However, the Flash's quick thinking and use of super speed created a whirlwind that dispelled the shadows, ultimately leading to the Shade's capture. The Keystone City Police Department took custody of the Shade, ensuring that he would face justice for his actions. Current status: Jay Garrick, as the Flash of Earth 2, continues to protect Keystone and the world from threats. The Shade is in custody and will face the legal consequences of his actions. Impact: the Flash's heroic actions have preserved peace and justice in Keystone, and the defeat of the Shade has restored the city's safety. Ongoing investigations: Jay Garrick maintains his vigilance in protecting Earth 2 and stands ready to confront any threats that may arise in the future. This case file will be updated as new information becomes available.
Probably one of the biggest questions I've ever seen as far as the heat tape and the probe and the thermostat.